Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome now, Stock Trades. How's everybody doing today? All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we got some important stuff on the docket. In this video, we're not going to be talking about our normal, lovely and delighted Clover Health. We're going to be talking about these two stocks, Lumen Technology and Intuitive Machines. These stocks have nothing to do with each other. The reason why I'm kind of lumping them up together, because I always confuse them. One has a ticker symbol of LUMN, and the other one has LUNR. So I kind of confuse them in my mind. But regardless, what they do share and have in common is in 6 months, this thing ran up 500%. And then in the year to date, Intuitive Machines, they ran up 500%. And the cool part is if you go all the way to the bottom low at 99 cents, technically 97 cents, this thing ran up 698%. And if you go all the way up here, it ran up 922%. So the question that we have to ask ourselves as people and learners from the stock market, why did this happen? And could we have caught this earlier? And did our stock terminal catch these stocks earlier? The answer is yes to all those questions. And I'm going to basically show you. And we're going to go ahead and break down. Because the thing is, what most people tend to do is they just look at a stock price. Oh, it went up. It must be a good company. But they don't go under the hood and actually try to understand why. Okay. And that's really important if you want to be a master of the stock market. Okay. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and dissect these two companies. And it's almost like you basically putting two little companies on your belt, and you can call this as experience. Okay. So, and then we're going to show the stock terminal. And interestingly, a lot of people on our YouTube subscriber bases have told us, hey, man, look at the stock. And it was trading at $1. In fact, we have had some people on our stock terminal do some due diligence on the company before they exploded. And interestingly, our stock terminal picked out that the stock was going to explode before everyone even knew about it. And that's the basically power of the stock terminal, which we'll basically show. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. But first thing, what I want to do, just for more holistic analysis, more of a general thing that I want to talk about real quick. Let me sure the microphone is good. Okay, it's good. So Trump just basically appointed Scott Bessent as Treasury Secretary. Now, for individuals that don't have their finger on the pulse in terms of the stock market, it's important because, I don't really care about the other appointments. Yeah, of course, Dr. Oz, as it deals with the type of companies we like to look at. But overall, the Treasury Secretary is very important. Okay. So, so who the hell is Scott Bessent? Well, he is the founder of Key Square Capital. His role is going to be overseeing tax policy, national debt management, financial regulation, sanctions, and economic diplomacy. And the biggest thing is his experience. He's a hedge fund manager, right? He's the founder of Key Square Capital Management and the former chief investment officer of Soros Fund Management from 2011 to 2015. Known for supporting Trump's economic policies and predicting stock market reactions, he's pretty much devised something called an American First Agenda, 333, which is reduce budget deficit by 3% of GDP by 2028, achieve a 3% GDP growth through deregulation, and increasing oil production to approximately 3 million barrels a day, and view tariffs as negotiation tools to achieve concessions from other countries. Now, interestingly, there's going to be a lot of people on here that are saying, I don't want to hear about this. I don't want to hear about Trump's picks. Well, the thing is, then why are you here? This has direct involvement in the stock market, right? And if you're going to basically not look at one side of things, it's like pretty much going into surgery by not looking at the patient's vitals and not looking at the patient's allergies and not pretty much injecting the patient with ANSAF. So you're pretty much scheduling yourself for a disaster. So it's important to look at all sides of things and actually take a holistic approach and see what the future administration is going to look like, because that's going to ultimately help you make money in the stock market. And if your goal isn't to make money, then I don't know why you're watching this channel. Okay. So here's some challenges. There's obviously some folks with, he's a limited experience on Capitol Hill, but he obviously has going to be people to be able to tap into. The main critics here is, this guy used to be a Soros fund manager. Why are we bringing Soros? These are the more Republicans kind of angry at that. And so, but overall, you got Larry and Trump praising him. And then criticisms. Well, Elon Musk actually supported Letnick, who is a proponent of crypto, but he's going to have his fun somehow get involved in the new administration. But, a lot of folks are saying, hey, you used to work for George Soros. But again, Trump was able to overlook that. And it's really cool to have people that are in the administration, kind of like a Bill Clinton administration, where they're not all loyalists. But I'm going to have to argue that, a lot of them are kind of loyalists. So, sometimes it's good to have the other side. But again, I don't want to get too political. All I care about is this guy's pro stock market. And that's going to be good for all of us, right? Give me a moment right now. Let me just go up the AC for a little bit because it's kind of getting cold here. So hold on. Sorry about that. All right, good. So now that we went ahead and did the AC part, sorry about that, guys. I just was kind of distracting. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Lumen Technologies. Then we're going to talk about Intuitive Machines. We're going to figure out why they went up, how they went up, and by no means. So I'm not invested in these companies. I don't support these companies, and I honestly have a limited understanding of these companies. Now, granted, probably more than the basic retail investor, because I've done some due diligence, and I'll show you in my research. But the goal of the video is to show you different strategies on how to make money in the market. Now, for some of these companies, they, especially the one with NASA, we're going to show you how there are multiple ways you can use an intrinsic value to make money in the market, right? And then this is kind of a great little educational thing to say, okay, why did this go up? And could I have predicted it? Right? So I think it'll be a good, valuable lesson here. And we're going to go ahead and look at the intrinsic value. How you doing, Barry? So yeah, I mean, we'll make a video of that. That's the thing, is we want to, because we're already talking about two companies, and we have over 700 videos on Clove. Holy moly. Lumen at 10, sold at 6. These are two next to each other on my watch list. Excellent. When Clove stopped bobbing the, that's funny. All right, check this out. So we're going to talk about Lumen right now. Very quickly, for folks that don't know, here's a little bit about Lumen. This is a telecommunications company headquartered in Louisiana. They do, security, so network services, security, cloud solutions, voice and management services, fiber optic, which is, I think, one of the big ones there, and copper networks. Okay. The copper price is about to go up right now, and relative to the copper gold ratio. So I think copper is undervalued right now too. So there's a lot of things that, they do. And it was founded in 1968. All right. It has $8 billion market cap. It used to be trading at essentially 97 cents, and it's up 698%. Okay. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to look at kind of just my breakdown of things. So Lumen Technology, obviously the stock price is rising with the demand of AI technologies. Even in its third quarter revenue of EBITDA, which is a measure of profitability, has decreased, right? So cash flow, though. Cash flow growth, and again, I'm all about cash flow. The company generated $3.6 billion in operating cash flow thanks to deferred revenue from AI-related sales, resulting in $1.3 billion in free cash flow, money left after expenses. Debt reduction. Lumen has reduced its long-term debt to $18.6 billion and is addressing short-term debt through its tender offering. Private connectivity success. Sales of the private connectivity fabric have been strong, boosting free cash flow and supporting the company's business transformation. So the future outlook, with their growing free cash flow and successful private connectivity fabric deals, Lumen is in a solid position to continue reducing its debt and achieving long-term growth. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of debt, and I haven't looked at the debt-to-equity ratio for a lot of these companies, so I'm just kind of doing a little service-level analysis, and we're just going to be diving into these companies and just from an educational perspective, okay? Now, here are the financials. And again, this company was founded a long time ago, so we actually have the 10-year sheet here, okay? Now, you can see revenue has been oscillating down or going up and down for a little bit, and then it's kind of now down. But if you look at overall, it's very unprofitable right now. I'm not too sure on a quarterly basis if it's becoming profitable. I don't think so. The big thing here is if you look at free cash flow, it used to have $2 billion of free cash flow, and then it was doing well until 2023 when it had negative $775 million in the hole. So they're a negative free cash flow. And then now they're positive $1.7 billion in free cash flow because they're about 1,000 millions in 1 billion. So that's 1,700 millions, which is 1.7 billion. If you can't do this in your head, then, you really got to be careful, right? You really got to, because, there's a lot of folks that don't, and they think that they're the new Warren Buffett, right? So here's the thing. 2023 was the year of hell for this company because it became negative free cash flow. It literally went from 1.8 billion of free cash flow down to negative 775 million of free cash flow. Then it went back up to its average of last year's 2022 free cash flow of around 1.7 billion. So now let's look at the stock price to see if 2023, how bad of a year was it? So look at the last 5 years and look at that. This stock used to be trading at $15 on average, right? And all of a sudden 2023 happened and it became negative free cash flow. And then all of a sudden you're like, boom, it went down like literally 93%. Literally, it went down from $15 down to 99 pennies, all because of free cash flow. And you can basically see here from 2022, which was at $15, to 2023, when it went to 99 cents. You look at the free cash flow, and it went from 1.8 billion in 2022 down to negative 775 billion in 2023, which is why it went from $15 down to 97 pennies, 99 pennies, or a dollar pretty much, right? So what I'm trying to illustrate you here is a lot of folks, especially, the beginning folks of the AMC crowd, they used to say the fundamentals don't matter. And I laugh at them because these people have limited experience. And now their beloved Che Trades is down in the dumps, in terms of not basically posting videos. And now all these AMC people are stuck holding the bag, and they realize that actually fundamentals was the right play, which is why we like to teach and preach about fundamental analysis. And we provide a stock terminal with 2.5 billion outputs of institutionally graded data. Because imagine, this thing fell down to negative $775 million. You could have looked at the earnings and looked at the earnings transcripts that you can access on our stock terminal. And you could have used our AI to basically figure out what's going on and compress it down to an easily readable understanding, like just very quickly go over it. And you would have figured out that, hey, they're about to get to free cash flow positivity soon. And you would have honestly taken care of this opportunity. And you don't have to invest the whole house in it. But I mean, heck, put $10,000 in here. Well, you just turned it into almost 100K, right? And these are the opportunities that exist in the stock market, right? Especially when you understand the fundamentals of the business, okay? So now the question is, what is the intrinsic value here? Now, this one here, the growth rate analysts are estimating is in the negatives. So we're going to assume it's going to be growing at 0%. I don't know if this is going to grow in the future, but if it is, then it could be undervalued. I'm not too sure, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to put 0% in intrinsic value calculation, which is over here. Okay, so give me a moment real quickly. One little moment. Just gotta click on a few things here. You know what I mean, guys? Gotta click on this here. Yeah. Okay. So very quickly, any thoughts on GME? Yeah. So I haven't looked at it. We're talking about two stocks right now. It's like very hard. But if you want to look at more data on GME, my recommendation, we have a Black Friday sale, and I recommend joining our beautiful community because that's really, it's a really good deal. And you could talk about these types of questions with inside of the community. From the AMC movement, I get frustrated when you bash it. I'm really sorry, my friend, about this. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I get it. It was a movement, and if you want to donate your money, that's fine. But again, this channel is all about making money on Wall Street. Okay, it's all about making money on Wall Street, and I get it. But here's the thing: I've been in the market for over a decade. Well, again, that's good. And if you run a Monte Carlo sequence projection, if you keep doing and investing with these types of movements, you're bound to lose money, right? My investment philosophy is like a Warren Buffett type philosophy. I mean, are you a millionaire right now? Right? Are you a multimillionaire? So that's the question you have to ask yourselves, right? We have a platform on average with around $55.3 million of net worth, and we practice Warren Buffett type investing. The whole movement thing and the fact that people were deranged, thinking that they were being diluted to the hell by Aaron, and they think Adam Aaron, whatever his name is, and they think that, oh, this was okay with the shorts and all this other stuff, and then they were diluted to hell. Okay, my friend, and hold on for a sec. All right, I had to talk to my dog for a sec. He saw. Okay, he doesn't listen. Okay, so here's the thing. The fact that people, even when I went ahead and talked to them about AMC, people were telling me I'm deranged, that fundamentals don't matter. And here is the outcome of when I don't want to like take this discussion over a silly stock like AMC, but you could see from the peak to trough, it's down 98%, and it literally flatlined. It literally flatlined. Literally, it literally flatlined. Okay, people that bought are literally destroyed. Okay, all right. So that's my thing. And again, I like to speak the truth, and this is my truth. And I'm not going to go ahead and have any type of social construct and act like I'm going to let the herd mentality dictate how I like to think. I like to go against the herd, because if you want to go and with a movement, you want to be part of a herd. The herd is average, and the herd makes $45,000 to $50,000. All right, and the herd are a bunch of NPCs. And if you want to be an NPC, then that's fine. But if you want to be a player and understand how Wall Street makes money, then you got to learn about intrinsic value. Okay, because there is no value right now in AMC. Right. Okay, so there's that. And now let's go back to our stock here, right? And I say this with the deepest respect. Okay, I'm not trying to be a butthole. I'm telling you what Wall Street is thinking about people that play this AMC thing. It's if you don't like it, then go to an AMC stock, and I'm sure there's probably people right now still talking about it, and they're probably thinking that it's going to squeeze tomorrow, probably, right? Right, AMC, AMC stock soaring. This is it. This is it. So this guy posted it 22 hours ago, so you can watch this hopium of this is it, and he gets 9.3 thousand views. Right, so it's it, guys. This is it. It's gonna squeeze tomorrow, right? And then if not, it'll be next week. Right. All right. So let's go back to our normal viewing. All right. So now that we have, and he has the popcorn now, because James knows me with this type of stuff, right? All right. So the goal here, and again, got my like in, and I'm out to watch later. Thanks, Al. Now, of course, hey, I appreciate you, and definitely you're gonna enjoy this one. So here's the thing. What's the point here? This thing went to negative free cash flow, and then now it went up. So there's people that are, in Wall Street that like to figure this shit out, right? And they're like, okay, is this about to become free cash flow positive? Is this a 1 or 2 or 3 year? Is this like an accounting? Like, can they get back? And the people that saw this and they took advantage, I did not see this. Again, this is why I tell you guys, this is why I tell you to all the people that are watching, I hope you do join our Black Friday event and become a lifetime access member. Because the problem is there are a lot of opportunities like this in the market, where you got 1 year of negative free cash flow, and then it literally bounces back up, and you pretty much 10x your money within the year, right? I've seen this play out many times. The problem is I'm only one person, and it's not like I'm doing the stock market thing 24/7. I'm trying to also become a doctor. So, it's just, so this is why, like, I'm trying to build lifetime access community and infuse you guys with 2.5 billion outputs, institutionally graded data. And on top of it, create an educational platform that'll take you from zero to hero. So then you can be like a Spartan, and we can all diverge together as a community, and we can find these types of companies together, and from an educational perspective, be able to take these opportunities. The problem is I can't do it on my own. So sadly, I missed this, right? But our stock terminal caught it. It's just, again, I don't have time looking. I can't look at all this stuff, right? You guys know me. I've been traveling every week to different parts of the country, right? So with that, you could see, 2022 free cash flow positive. 2023 was negative. It ate shit. And now 2024, it started becoming positive. And then all of a sudden now, on the trailing 12 months, you would have caught that. You would have figured it out, and you would have made money, right? That's how it works, right? You could have caught it by the first or second quarter, and you would have been like, holy crap, this thing's about to be fiscal year positive, and it's going back to its trend line analysis, right? So it is what it is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the free cash flow right now of 1705. We'll put 1705, but we're going to grow them we're going to go 10 years into the future. We're going to grow them at 0%. And we're going to look at the outstanding shares of 989 million. So we'll put 989 million. So 989. Let me double check and make sure it's 989. And you can see we're growing them at 0%, because I'm assuming they're not going to grow. I want to know what is the base value of this. And you can see it's the recession level. You can see how accurate our intrinsic value is. The recession case is $7.78. And if you look at the stock price right now, It's $7.97, literally right near the recession case. And this is growing at 0%. So if these guys pull a Houdini and let's say they grow at 5%, then you could see how the stock could rise, right? Again, I'm going to grow them at 0% because, again, Wall Street thinks it's kind of going to be negative and not really grow. So we're going to have them 0. And I just want to know what's the value here. So imagine if this thing was trading at 97 cents and you would have done this, you would have basically said, holy crap, I'm about to make some moolah, right? And if this thing goes back to free cash flow positive and goes back to 2021 years of 3736 in terms of $3.7 billion in free cash flow, 3736, then you're pretty much looking at, $17, right? Anywhere between 12 to 17. Now you go here in 2021, you could see it went up to 15. There's probably a little discount here, but you could see how much, how this increased. And, these things have big dips. So, whenever I see something like this, I think of cyclical stocks, right? But this was just a huge dip here. This was literally a 90% plus dip. So there it is right there. So, but I'm going to keep the free cash flow where it's going at 1705, right? So we put 1705. Okay. So there it is there, right? Again, it's on recession level. Could it have more room to grow? Yeah. Did we miss the big opportunity? Unfortunately, yes. But this is a lesson. It taught us to basically look for companies that potentially go from negative to positive. You can also use stage analysis by looking at stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3, where you look at the 200-day moving average. If you would have done that and look at it, Lumen Technologies, you would have figured out that this thing was literally, once it popped here, this thing exploded. And you would have basically figured out that this is a free cash flow move and the thing is going to get back, it just basically crossed. And you had a couple fake outs. But if you would have looked at the free cash flow positivity, you knew this was it. And it pretty much exploded, right? Now, let's look at the ticker symbol real quick, and let's open up here. Go to Lumen here real quick, and let's figure out kind of what happened here, okay? So November 11th, we had a bullseye. So let's see. November 11th. No, hold on. November 11. So we had a bullseye here. So that was a bullseye. And that 1 to 2 days. Hold on for a sec. Sorry about that. My girl just came in the door and the dogs were jumping up and down. So excuse the background noise. Okay. So let's see here. So you got a couple bullseye movements. So there was momentum. So let's see kind of where we're at here. So we had analyst latest grade. So analyst potential upgrade here. So November 11th. So this thing. So they're thinking that this thing is going to go up even higher. So this thing could go back up to that $10 region. So we'll see. I mean, it recently basically did a nice drop and now it's recovering. Let's see. Let's take a look here. There it is. Block trade. Yeah. So a block trade, it's a large block trade. Someone came in, put 2.51 million shares. Usually these are institutions. So October 2nd, some big money came in. So where's October 2nd? October 2nd is right here. You got a block trade come in, made an easy 50%. I love to look at block trades because it gives you kind of a good, you can figure out kind of where, big money is working. Here's Honey Badger looking at the financials, doing a projection. Honey Badger looked at this. This is one of our lifetime access members, smart guy, on September 24. Patrick, there it is, Patrick. There you are, Patrick, right? September 24. So let's look at what was the price. 24. There it is, Honey Badger. You killed it. 40% move right there. Okay, so there it is. Let's keep going to see the history. We had other people. We had MXS330 stock terminal member, did some projections in August, and we had B-Rad Cooley look at Lumen. So August, we'll look at where it was in August. So let's go back August. There it is. What I don't remember. August 13, 17. There it is. August 7. Right here, August 13, $5. Hell yeah, 100% gain. Good job. All right, let's go back to see if we can figure this out from before. August 10. Oh, holy crap. Looks like I looked at it before. Huh. August 9. You see, I don't remember, guys. That's the problem. I did look at it. It's just, again, the problem is, guys, I just looked through so many companies. I said, holy shit. So let me take a look at why. So I pulled it on August 9. Yeah, August 9, I was like, well, what the hell's going on here? See this? Yeah. Yeah. August 9. I was before all of you guys. Let's see. Let's look at free cash flow. Yes, I was looking at the free cash flow. Okay. What else? Never mind. We had somebody look at an August 6th. See, I love doing this. They're looking at the largest flow access. They're trying to basically see what big money is buying it. See how smart my lifetime members are? Man, you guys are freaking on top of this. Holy crap. We got a large sweep order call August 6th, strike 5.5. Another big player coming in. These are again, we like to track institutional investors. That's what the stock terminal provides. You can't just look, we like to look at the whole thing. Again, you hang out with 3 smart people, you'll be the 4th one. You want to see what the billionaires are doing. So August 6th. So there was right here, August 6th was at $5. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, well, let's see if we would have caught it earlier before that. I think so. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Stock terminal robo stock. Top gainers. Lumen. There it is. There it is. January 29, 2024. I told you. So here's Lumen. Lumen's over here. It was $1.03. January 29. Or January 29. There it is. January 29. There it is. $1.36. From that to high, 644% increase, all the way up to 484%. You see that? So the point that I'm trying to tell you is that the stock terminal is a lot of diamonds here. You got to look at this channel. If I was you guys, I would look at this channel. Okay, this channel. The thing is, this channel now, unfortunately, is all pictures, so you have to look at it now. Okay. All right. So let's see if we would have caught it even earlier. Lumen, $1.27. Lumen, $1.27. Lumen, $1.26. I mean, you see this, right? You can't lie. This is January 29. I was going to say $1.29. Let's see, Lumen, 127. Look at that. You see the stock terminal? See the power of the stock terminal? Let's go back. Where's Lumen? $1.70. So that's what I'm saying. So this thing has been on our stock terminal, and this is gives you the news about it. Analysts, great. So you see, guys. So this is the power of the stock terminal. This is the power. See? So you could have figured this out. So that's why it's important to look at these things. Okay, because with these top gainers and stuff, as they're going up, it tells you people are looking at it. Okay, it scans the whole market and it gives you what people are looking at, right? And then you could use the fundamentals, technicals, and options, and you can make a shit ton of money. Okay, so anywho, there's Lumen. The question is, do we figure it out? Did our stock terminal catch it before it, when it was in $1? The answer is yes. We won that one. But sadly, because we need more folks joining our, Black Friday, join our lifetime access, so you can take this. So here's the thing. This is like a Bloomberg terminal. Okay, you can either pay $2,000 a month and then have it closed access where it's just you in the terminal, or you can join our platform, Conquer and Divide, and go find those freaking opportunities. They're in the stock terminal. Okay, so there's that. Now let's go ahead and talk about Intuitive Machines. Let's go ahead. So this is the second one. So we're going to talk about Intuitive Machines, this one. So Intuitive Machines up 500% year to date. Let's see kind of what's going on right now. Yeah, very good. Up 500%. Let's figure out kind of why. Okay. Very quickly, let's go ahead. And again, I appreciate, my apologies for being snarky and direct, but again, I'm not trying to BS you. All right. I'm not trying to join a movement. Okay. Pros don't join movements. Okay. Pros on Wall Street want to make money. Okay. I'm not trying to join a club, a nonprofit club, to burn money. That's you know what I mean? All right. 350 brick wall for Clove. I realize resistance is a thing, but we busted that. Our open options rally. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then we got the 350 max pain for sure. Okay, there it is. So yeah, again, HIMS or KULR. Again, I can't give personal financial advice, but if you're interested, join our platform. See if there's any usefulness in the company. We teach you how to set your own price targets in terms of looking at it from an educational perspective and seeing how to do an intrinsic value calculation. And we have, and it's one of the biggest sales. So if you're interested, please join our platform. Okay. 351. Nice. Good. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about Intuitive Machines very quickly. So yeah, strong revenue growth. Revenue increased as 12.7 million to 58.5 million. Operating losses improved significantly from a $22.1 million loss to a $6.9 million loss. You could go ahead and read all this. The biggest thing is they just got and secured a $4.8 billion framework contract with NASA, boosting its growth potential and partnership. Future revenue, people are expecting the projected revenue to be anywhere between 210 to 240 million, with over 100% revenue growth is expected in 2025. You can go ahead and read the rest here. Analysts are expecting 60% growth, so 186% growth for 2024 and 60% growth, potentially even 100% growth for the year 2025. Again, you could have, so, okay, how do I explain this to you? All right. There are multiple ways of doing an intrinsic value calculation. There are multiple ways in making money in the stock market. For this lesson, there are a lot of people out there that look at government contracts, which you can access the stock terminal. We have a government contract stock terminal, okay, where you can look at all the government contracts and expected dates for those government contracts to make money on. So with this, you could have looked at, hey, they just won a NASA contract of $4.8 billion. Then you would have basically allocated this $4.8 billion, and you would have done your own projected intrinsic value calculation off of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay. And we're going to, this is another way of doing an intrinsic value. Now, here's the thing. Personally, I don't like to do this. I don't like to do contracts and stuff and wait for contracts and FDA contracts. And this is when you get into the biotech mess. The reason why I don't like to do this is because I got a day job and also sometimes a night job. I'm trying to be a doctor, so I don't have time for this. But there's people out there that's how they make their money. Okay. Which is basically they do these biotech type things, NASA contracts, Palantir contracts. Palantir is a different story. I like that company. But so that's kind of an example. But let's go ahead and do an intrinsic value. Okay. Right. So here's 250. We're going to go and use 5% estimation of free cash flow. Folks, now guys, now looking at my one for Clover and all the other companies, you guys know why I do 5%. All right. So here's 12.5. We're going to go 10 years into the future. Then here's the thing. We're going to grow this at 20%. Okay. Now we know that they said that they're going to end up growing 100%. Okay. And we know analysts are thinking it's going to grow 60%. I'm just going to go ahead and take just 20% of 100%, which is 20%. Right. Right. So I'm going to grow them at 20. And then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the shares. The shares are going to be 67 million. So we'll go ahead and we'll put 67 million. You go ahead and put 67. You go ahead and do this and look what you get. You get a stock price of anywhere between a recession of 242 and a bull of 878. Now, again, you go to the stock price. Again, we did 20%. We did not do the analyst 60% estimation. But this thing used to be, the reason why I say this is this thing used to trade at $2, okay? It was trading at the recession level. And if you would have done that intrinsic value and you would have said, you know what, I'm going to grow this at 20%, right? Then holy crap, bull case is $8, and that's being conservative. Because if you were to grow at 0%, then we're looking at a bull case of $2. So the market was properly pricing this at $2 because they didn't have that contract, right? But then now let's go ahead and put 100%. You put 100%, it's undefined. It's not going to grow that much. Whoever tells you it's going to grow that much is a complete liar. That's like 100% for the next 5 years. If you put 60%, then you're looking at this, $24.57. But again, I always like to take 60% of what the analysts think, and I like to take 75% of that. So you take 0.75, you go ahead and do 45.4%, you say 45.4, and then this is the price target, okay? Anywhere between a recession of 10 a bear of 23, and a base of 33 with a bull of 50. Okay. So with that, I would say, you could be even more conservative. You can have it. You could say, I'm going to half what the analysts think. I'm going to go ahead and do 30%. You go ahead and do 30%. You get a bull of 17 and a recession of 4.3. You could do multiple of those calculations and ultimately take the average. But ultimately, you can see here that this thing went from $2 up to $15.72, right? Because a lot of these analysts are putting these price targets in. And let's say they're thinking, hey, you know what? Let's do 40%, right? It's not going to be 60, but let's do 40. So if this, let's say, does grow to 60% and not, let's say, 100, then this thing, you could see this explode. I wouldn't say up to this much. I would say, if I was to do it, I would say I wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes to $30, right? If this thing goes to 30. Because if it's true that the revenue goes up by 100%, and we're expecting 240 million, then we could expect anywhere between $400 to $500 million in the year 2025 for revenue. And if you look at what analysts are thinking, there it is. Here's the high estimate, $475 million. Okay. So you could see, and there's a lot of analysts, that's why they have to compete with each other, right? So you could see kind of how you could set your own price targets and all those other things, right? But again, I don't like any of these companies. I know you're like, what the hell are we watching this? I'm just basically explaining, they're successful right now. They made money, and I'm just trying to figure out why they made money and what did we miss, okay? Right? And did our stock terminal catch it, right? So that's just another way of looking at utilizing the tools that we have. So for all the people that are watching and people that are in our lifetime access, look at the top successful companies. Use our stock terminal to understand why they were successful. Okay. That's for all the people that are doing their MBA and people that have gotten their MBA in our platform. Go back to your MBA school. I guarantee you they talk to you about, all right, comparison between Walmart and a diamond store. That's what we did when I was doing the MBA courses, right? I was teaching the economics section, right, for the executive MBA people at Eller in Phoenix. They compare different types of businesses. Guys, listen, you have access, lifetime access to information. Study the businesses. Every time you study a business, it's like literally an experience under your belt, right? Better than what college can freaking teach you, okay? Because you're learning from billion-dollar companies here, okay? All right, let's go ahead and see if our stock terminal caught this, okay? So, look at you, Big Mustang. You're already there. All right, you're killing it. AMG Colors here, November 15. So let's see what the stock price was November 15. Damn, you guys. Yeah, look at you guys. Look at you guys. A nice 15% there. Okay, let's see. Let's go back more in time. Here it is. Option sweep, large order. Again, I told you this is what happens when, I can't wait till Clover starts showing up in these damn things. Number 15, large sweep order. They're piling up on this. Big money's piling up. Dragon Lord, November. So a lot of people waking up in November. Let's see. Let's go back. Oh, look at you. AMG's back in the house. He looked at this on August 29. I'm sorry, October 29. Okay, where's October? Damn, look at you. A nice 72% gain. You see how, I didn't catch much. Haha. But it's okay. But look at you, man. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Look at that. October 29. You looked at it. I mean, look at you. I mean, look at that, dude. 72% right there. You see, this is smart. You see, this is what I want to have people in our stock terminal. I want to have people like this. Yeah, maybe you saw it, you missed it, but guess what? You saw it. And the more of this you see, you develop a pattern recognition. And once we have a lot of crazy, so many people bought our Black Friday deal yesterday. It's like, please integrate yourself. Log into the stock terminal. Get access to this information. I can't wait for so many folks to come on in and we all basically formulate a community. That's what we're doing right now. And we won't let any stock miss us. This is how the rich do it. This is what we're trying to do here. Okay. And the data's in the pudding. You see that it's all time stamped. I can't fake this. And here's AMG basically just freaking commented. There it is. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Look at you. Caution. September 24. All right. What was the price in September 24? $7. Look at that. 87%. Actually, from peak to trough, 97%. Good job. All right, let's see. There it is. Bullseye report. September 19. 64% AI confidence level. This shit was going to go up. Let's take a look at the signal, and let's look. There is a signal right here. you see it? Let's zoom in. There was the signal. What happened from the signal to there? We made a lot of money. That's the power of the stock terminal. Okay, there it is, September 19. Let's look at September 19. Where are we at? Right here. Boom. Right? 50% plus. Okay. Let's see if we caught it earlier. Important news. Option sweep alert. You're seeing a lot of big money pile in, right? That's why the stock doubled. All right. Oh, who's this guy? This guy is looking at the quarterly financial statements. Who's this guy? Look at you, geezer. You're such a geezer, you are. Look at you, huh? Look at you. You know, this guy, they're starting to look at the fundamentals. Level 1. Look at you. We're creating a movement here. Algo flow. You're looking at, let's see what the algo flow stated. There wasn't a lot because it just started going up. There it is. I'm sure there's one right now. Important news. There it is. Okay. Intuitive Machine stock surges on 116 million NASA lunar contract. Again, guys, lots of contracts here. Okay, August 30th. Let's see what August 30th is. There it is. August 30th, $4.97. Look at that, 200% gain. That's what I'm telling you guys. We catch these headlines. We catch them. We give it to you in important news. Then you have the data to open it up to see how much it's worth, to do an intrinsic value calculation, to see how far it can go up. You have the data in your hands. You can become a millionaire. It's just you have to apply yourself. Okay? There it is. Award for moon payload delivery. There it is. Look at this. Okay. Oh, big Mustangs in the house. Look at you pulling up the financials. Yes, you are. Good job. Option sweep, August 21. Look at those freaking hedge funds. Large sweep order. Let's see what the price was. Look at that. $5.21. Watch your option sweep. Follow the big money. It's an automatic. You can jump to the channel. It's an automatic channel. It tells you what big money is doing. I'm not going to show you what it's showing right now because that's not fair. That's not fair for our paying subscribers. Okay. You can access it, and it's literally Black Friday. Okay. $750 off lifetime access. Go find me a place that does that. All right. Let's see. August 20. Let's keep going. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Popular tickers. April 3rd, 2024. Look at that. Price $5.98. Where is it? You see it here? $5.98. Okay. So let's keep going. March. Lunar. Okay. So hold on. Let's see what this was. Let's see if our stock terminal picked it up on January 2nd. January 2nd. Let's see if we picked it up January 2nd. No stone is left unturned. 2.5 billion outputs of institutionally graded data, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see here. Let's look at January. There it is. No, this is February. Because I went ahead in February and it exploded here. So let's see. 2:30. So it was January 2nd. Let's keep going. We're still in February. Still in February. Lots of data, guys. Still in February. Let's see if it caught it. Again, I'm doing this live. I don't know, right? Look at all this data. See this data? We're still in February, guys. All right, here it is. Here it is. Okay, let's first off see. Yeah, excellent. Okay, let's do year to date. Let's go. Was it January 2nd? So we really went back. Here it is. Okay, give me a moment. So this is October 27, 2023. We're going back. October 27, 2023, it called it out. Boom, 259%. Boom, look at that. Or 466%, right? So it called it out even before January. Well, let's see if it called it out near. Okay, January 10. I did another call out January 10. So right around here, 283. 283, it called it out. And within a couple of days, it went up to 288%. Right? And then if it would have just January 10, it would have just held and actually did an intrinsic value, 434%. That's the power of the stock terminal. The problem is, unfortunately, I don't have time to show you this and how it works. But I hope this video shows you literally Lunr 735 results for one stock. That's the power of the stock terminal. And we integrated it in an easy to use format, Discord, so you can access it, because we could have, did our own private black box. But the issue is you won't have access to other people's research. At least now you get to look at what other people are looking at. That's the power of this, right? And sooner or later, you'll be able to look at their level, and then you'll be able to see if their level is high enough. That means they are a good contributor, right? You already can do that, but it'll be easier to read. You can just click on it, right? So you could see if these people are, in terms of, valuable on their insights, right? So like we said, again, the proof is in the pudding. Here's the signal, and here's this right there, right? So for folks that are interested, we have our Black Friday sale, coupon code Black Friday at All Stock Trades. For all of our American and Canadian members, you can go ahead and use a firm and be able to finance that. And the beautiful part is, we teach you how to use options analysis and do the wheel strategy, and you'll essentially be able to make passive income. And there's some folks that could retire right now if they want. But again, if you retire, it's like, you're going to expire, right? So we want to keep pushing. But like what I was saying, we have a lot of millionaires in our group. The average net worth so far is around 55.3 million. And if I see this in the next 5 to 10 years with the specific stock that I have in mind, we're going to be looking at anywhere between $500 million to $1 billion in net worth in our platform. Our platform speaks for itself. Here's one of the companies that we called out on, Clove Stock. It's up 264%. But if you go ahead and take a look at images, guess who you find? You find me. I was the only one who called this out on Wall Street. And I utilized the stock terminal, what we curated, so I can show you how it works. I can show you it works. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege and honor to serve each and every one of you. Right here, let me just answer the question here. I love you too, B Rob. Do companies turn cash flows for a few quarters but then go negative again? How does the tool account for that? Yeah, so that's the thing. Sometimes companies go from negative to positive free cash flow. I like those companies, right? If you look at Tesla went from negative to positive free cash flow, and it went from negative to positive net income, and the stock exploded. Ideally, you want a company to stay in positive free cash flow. If it goes to negative, then obviously you get upset. You're going to lose money. Sometimes companies go from positive to negative free cash flow. And we know what happens when you get that. You get a stock like Walgreens. Look at Walgreens, right? Down 84%. Why? Because it went from negative to positive it went from positive to negative free cash flow, and it gets disseminated. You can't see the graph. Sorry. It gets literally disseminated, right? So the goal is, the question that maybe you might ask yourself, how do I know if a company is going to stay free cash flow? Well, that's when you got to study the company's moat. You got to study how it gets its money. You got to look at the fundamentals. That's why I say the fundamentals are important. You got to look at the balance sheet, income statement, statement of free cash flows. You got to look at all these things, and then talk to the beautiful community members on here. Try to poke holes in the investment thesis. Say, okay, I'm auditing this company. What are the downfalls of this company? Are there insiders buying the company? You look at the SEC 13F filings to look at institutions that have over $100 million. Are they buying the company in the background? Like, for example, a lot of institutions now are starting to trickle in and buy Clover, just like how they trickled in and bought Palantir. You look at all these things, and you all come together, and there it is. That's another one of Jeremy's duds. I think Walgreens bought out Tattooed Chef. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Don't even get me started. That's the thing. So that's why people that act like they understand the stock market, they don't talk about free cash flow because they don't know about that, right? But it's very clear. You can look at it and you can calculate free cash flow, and our platform does it to you. It's an easy calculation, but our platform does it for you, right? And that's the beautiful part. Again, don't take it from me. Take it from the literally lineage of lifetime access members that we have in our platform. And just look at my life. This is where I started from. Okay. This is where I started from. Okay. I think they ask you to pay for this article. Yeah. You see, they ask you, oh, it says ad block. Let me disable my ad block. Hold on. I went from homelessness to receiving 3 degrees at, my graduation. And now formerly homeless UA grad is now one step closer to, I started from the bottom, guys. Okay. I started from the bottom. All right. And I'm telling you, there is a way out of hell. There is a way out of poverty. Okay. And I figured it out and I found it. Okay. Now, either you go ahead and watch from the sidelines and then watch the lifetime access mastering and bundle increase in value to a point where it will become $5,000 to $10,000. When we have a bunch of millionaires and billionaires in our platform with a total net worth, that's a very prestigious, exclusive access to our platform. So it's, you look at our trend right now, see where we're going. You look at my trend and see what the things that I've accomplished. And then I think you'll come to the same conclusion as many other people have. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see here. He himself admitted he didn't know about. That's so funny. I mean, yeah, at least he's honest, right? There it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys. I think this was a great educational video to kind of take a look at these things. And I hope that you walked out of this, learning a couple things. I certainly have. And I'm still a student of the stock market because guess what? I'm a lifelong learner. I love to keep learning. Okay. And that's the type of people that we have on our lifetime access. We like to poke holes in each other's argument, right? We don't do so to act smart. No, we're trying to make money. That's what we're trying to do. I don't care about trying to act smart. I don't care if someone's trying to outsmart me or downsmart me or upsmart me or side smart me. We are trying to make money and we need more heads. We need more heads and we need to poke holes in each other's argument so we can make money. It's called risk management, right? It's what we're doing. And we're creating a community of like-minded investors that are trying to become millionaires and some who already are millionaires who want to become mega millionaires up to the 10 to 20, 30 to $50 million range. And we will get there because guess what? We cracked Wall Street and we're investing just like the intelligent investor. God bless you guys. And I'll see you on the next one.